Sup guys, so in this video we shall look into and learn about the first data structures in Python called as lists. So without any further delay, let's start it right away. The next thing is slicing. What do you mean by slicing? Slicing is nothing but taking a portion of the existing list, just as the word describes. Okay, so which means in my current list of 4 elements, I want the element with index 1 and index 2. I want the elements with index 1 and index 2 in one go, which means I have my list. Now I can tell the Python interpreter that I want the elements from index 1 colon and where it has to stop. It has to I want the third element as well, right? Which means it has to stop at the 4th index, which is 3, because this is 1 is 0, index of 1 is 0, index of 2 is 1, 3.4 is 2, and Python is 3. Now in this situation, the slicing happens from the element with index 1, 2, and as soon as the index becomes 3, it leaves that and comes out. Yes, this kind of operation is called as slicing, and this way of writing things here, this is called as slicing operator. Now I want the last and last before elements of a list. As usual, the negative indexing till -2. Shall we check if the result is coming? Why is that so? Because -1 is the starting of the element, and every slicing operator, see, this is the first value is nothing but from where the slicing has to start. Alright, this indicates the start of slicing, and the second value indicates the stop value of slicing. But in this situation, how is it working? After 1, it is automatically becoming 0 because there is another value here after 3, which is by default 1, called as step value, which means the same operation is actually being considered as alright. And that is why we are getting this result, which means even in the situation of this slicing operator, it is the third value by default is 1, which means -1 plus 1, the second time it is becoming 0. It is not approaching -2, which is why you have a empty list. Now what we'll do is we'll add a minus to this, which means -1 plus -1 becomes -2. But you want that value as well, right? Which means 3.4 as well, which means this has to, we have to make this -3, but still let us check this for now. Did we get it? So if I do it -3, now I'll get Python and 3.4, which means for a list, the slicing operator takes 3 values, in which start is the first value, for which by default it will be the starting position of that list, which is 0 is to. Now this is stop value, for which the default ending position is n minus 1, which is the length of the list, the last index of the list, rather, which is n, and the stop value, step value by default is 1. I'm not sure if this is clear in the sense the way I have written this. The starting position of a slicing operator by default is 0. You can mention if you want it to be anything else. The stopping value is by default the length of the list. You can mention if you want to stop elsewhere, even before, in the sense. And the step value, the number of steps it has to take at each iteration, is denoted by this step value, for which the default value is 1 again. Now what if the step value is 2? Alright, so what we'll do is we'll take from 0 itself. If you do not mention, it takes 0. If we do not mention, it takes n, the stop value. And now I want the step value to be 2, which means I want 1 element at index 0 plus 2 will be element at index 2, and plus 2 you have nothing else, so you'll get only 1 and 3.4. Thank you.